Welcome to the second lecture of our lecture series on human resource management. In this video, I'm going to discuss about job design and job analysis. So we'll move on to the next slide to see the topics which will be covered in this video. The first topic is what is job design, then the factors affecting job design, principles of job design, methods of job design, and after that what is job analysis, uses of job analysis information, data collection methods, process of conducting a job analysis, job description and job specification, and finally, problems in job analysis. Our first topic is what is job design. First, let's look at this definition. It says that the process of deciding on the contents of a job in terms of its duties and responsibilities, on the methods to be used in carrying out the job in terms of techniques, systems and procedures, and on the relationships that should exist between the job holder and his superiors, subordinates and colleagues. Basically, job design means allocating or organizing tasks, duties and responsibilities to a particular work unit with a view of satisfying both organizational requirements as well as individual requirements of the job holder. And it also emphasizes the interaction patterns that should be maintained among the employees of the organization. The main objective of job design is to reduce boredom and job dissatisfaction, which arises due to the repetitiveness of the tasks that have to be performed by the employees in their day-to-day work. And also, job design is the succeeding step to job analysis, which I will be discussing later in this video. And also, it is important that an effective job design is carried out in an organization because it will result in increasing employee motivation and productivity. And also it will enhance the quality of work life and the organizational productivity as a whole. So we'll move on to the next topic. Now I will discuss the three main factors which affect the job design. They are organizational factors, environmental factors, and behavioral factors. The nature of the work, culture of the organization, and ergonomics are some of the examples which comes under the category of organizational factors. When it comes to environmental factors, they could be in the form of either internal or external. For example, socio-economic and cultural expectations of the employees comes under this category. Behavioral factors are those related to human needs which has to be satisfied in order to ensure the productivity of the employees. Now I will discuss the principles of job design. There are 5 main principles such as task variety, skill variety, task identity, task autonomy and feedback. I will briefly explain them one by one. The first one is task variety. Usually, when there is a variety of tasks to be performed in a job, the job holder will have an interest and will commit to his work as his tasks are not repetitive. However, this variety should not be either too much or too little. And also the optimum amount of variety differs from one person to another, and also it depends on the level and needs of that particular job. The second principle is skill variety. When the employees have an opportunity to use various skill levels in performing their job tasks, it will increase their job satisfaction. The third principle is task identity. According to this principle, the employees are more likely to be satisfied and motivated to perform their jobs if a clear understanding of the beginning and end of the assigned task is provided together with a responsibility to complete it. The fourth principle is task autonomy. This emphasizes on giving the job holder some degree of control over his own work within the parameters of his job. The last principle is feedback. Providing feedback to employees about how they are doing will motivate them. We'll move on to the next topic. Let's look at the methods of job design. Here I'm going to discuss 4 methods such as job rotation, job enlargement, job enrichment, and job simplification. We'll go one by one. In job rotation, employees are moved from one job to another in a systematic manner. However, the jobs remain unchanged while the employees are shifted from one job to another. In job enlargement, more tasks are assigned to an existing job, which results in the expansion of the scope of that particular job. This is a horizontal expansion and therefore assigns additional responsibilities which require the same skills that were required in the original job. For example, extending working hours comes under this method. In job enrichment, a job is redesigned by assigning more autonomy, that means control, and more tasks in a way that provide opportunities for the job holder to experience more responsibilities, achievement, growth, and recognition. In job simplification, a job is divided into small parts, and those parts are assigned to employees as individual jobs. The main objective of this method is to simplify the job and thereby provide for enhancing the individual's productivity by reducing the complexity of the original job. However, all these 4 methods have both advantages and disadvantages of their own. From this slide onwards, I will be discussing about what is job analysis. As I said earlier, this is the preceding step of job design which we discussed earlier. Basically, a job analysis determines the duties and skills required for a particular job and what sort of a person should be hired for that job. This is essential for human resource management as it provides information that are important in almost all activities under human resource management. Job analysis produces information about the overall purpose of the job and its scope, relevant key result areas, and performance standards to be considered in assessing the performance of job holders. We'll move on to the next slide. There are several uses of job analysis information. In human resource planning, it is required to look into current job descriptions. Through job analysis information, those who are engaged in human resource planning can redesign jobs to eliminate unnecessary tasks and to change them accordingly. In recruitment and selection, this job analysis information helps managers to determine what type of people are to be recruited for a particular job according to its required duties and person specifications. And also, job analysis information contains specific duties and skills required for a particular job, and therefore training requirements of such jobs can be determined from that information. This also supports managers when assessing the performance of an employee in accordance with the required duties and performance standards in his job. Other than those, job information are useful in redesigning jobs as well. In order to do a proper job analysis, relevant job data has to be collected. For this purpose, methods such as observations, interviews, questionnaires, and participations can be followed. The method of observation is suitable with regard to jobs which involve physical activities rather than mental activities. Job analysis interviews could be either structured or unstructured, and they may be conducted as individual interviews, group interviews, or supervised interviews. Though interviews are a quick and simple data collection method, there are several disadvantages as well. When it comes to questionnaires, it is a method where the employees will be asked to fill out questionnaires containing questions relating to their job duties and responsibilities. This is an efficient method and less costly, and most of the companies tend to follow the method of questionnaires when collecting data. Now I will briefly explain the process of conducting a job analysis. As the first step, the background information about the positions in the organization should be reviewed in order to get a general idea about the organization and its position. For this purpose, organizational charts and process charts can be followed by the job analysis, and also they can refer to previous existing job descriptions and job specifications. After this step, the jobs that needs to be analyzed have to be identified and selected accordingly. Then, the relevant data has to be collected by following the data collection methods which we discussed earlier and start the actual job analysis. After that, job description and job specifications for the selected jobs has to be prepared accordingly. And as the final step, the job analysis effort has to be evaluated in order to find out whether the prepared job descriptions and job specifications has provided better results for the organization of the business. Basically, a job description contains a list of duties, responsibilities, reporting relationships, working conditions about a particular job. That means it sets out the overall purpose of that job, the location of the job in the organizational chart or structure, and also the main task of the particular job holder. This is used as the basis for job evaluation and also as the basis for a contract of employment. On the other hand, job specification, which is also known as person specification, contains a list of required educational levels, qualifications, competencies and skills that is required from particular job holder in order to perform his job satisfactorily. In this diagram, you all can see the information that has to be included in a job description and a job specification. In a job description, the job title, job location, job summary, main duties and responsibilities, resources, machines and tools to be used in that particular job, and working conditions have to be included. In job specification, educational levels, qualifications, experience, skills, knowledge, competencies, and special qualities required of the person who has to be recruited into that particular job has to be included. As our final topic, let's look at some problems which occur when conducting job analysis. The first one is lack of support from employees. For example, employees may be less supportive in conducting a job analysis due to their reluctance to adapt to changes. And the second one is lack of support from the management. The management being less supportive in providing adequate information for conducting the job analysis may have adverse effects on the outcome of the job analysis. And also the job analysis could be biased depending on his or her personal beliefs, ideas and relationships with the employees in the organization. And also, there could be issues in data collection methods which could affect the final outcome of the job analysis. Therefore, a proper job analysis has to be conducted uh, while ensuring that these problems does not occur or affect the final outcome of the job analysis. So with that, we come to the end of our lecture on job design and job analysis.
When marimba rhythms